I wanted to run you guys through a rest day. What a full day of resting looks like for me, which today is. It does happen to fall on a high day. I don't think I'm going to do a full day of eating. I'll show you a little bit of my food, but you've seen it all before. It's literally the exact same as the last high day. Exact same macros. I'll be eating the exact same foods. Nothing changes. Literally nothing, even between high days, low days. Nothing literally changes. It is quite literally just the same shit with a little bit of extra food. But obviously it'd be nice for me to have a little bit more energy today. I actually hit an all-time new low of nearly a kilo, like a 900 gram drop overnight, which I felt every bit of when I got out of bed this morning. I was like, holy shit, I have been struck by a train. But no, it was just the fat loss monster that had struck me. So, first point of call today is, one, I did some posing, as you would have seen, just for practice. Like I like to practice a little bit in the morning, but also to take some visuals after the low days, or like I say low days, it's like 420 carb, but it is low for me, and I do feel very, very low because of it. But I take some visuals, one for myself, two, I'll just take extra visuals for Taylor for the check-in so they can see what I look like when I was flat, and then what I'll potentially look like when I'm a little bit fuller post high days. But yeah, got some liquid in, hydration, absolutely key. If you are getting out of bed and you are not getting your fluids in, please start to do so. One, it's obviously, you've just been in a fasted state for however long you've slept, so you're going to be dehydrated to some extent. Also, if you've got a water target throughout, Jesus Christ, I need a coffee. If you have a water target throughout the day, I drink 1.5 litres straight off the rip. Probably a little bit too much for most people, especially if you're only going to start doing that, but it's a good way to sort of start hacking into your water goal for the day pretty easily. My other tip, 4 liquids, Pepsi fucking Max, get on that shit. Yeah, make your water taste good. In the morning, I am absolutely fine just drinking plain ass, boring ass water, no issues. But then for some reason later in the day, it's like trying to drink water without any sort of flavour is rough. So at the moment I've been putting in lemon juice, like I'll actually squeeze a lemon in, half a lemon, into 1.5 litres of water. And I do a pinch of Himalayan pink salt, and that ties me over. I then do have a couple of Pepsi Maxes throughout the day as well. But yeah, a bit of cardio. I will walk I'll turn this up once I start filming to probably like 5.5 and actually get a little bit of a sweat up. But I usually walk for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how long I can deal with it. The first 30 minutes fly because I reply to clients, reply to my mates on Instagram, reply to everything basically, get some work done. And then I'm sort of sitting here like, I want a coffee. So I'll do that. I'm going to try and aim to keep a lot of my steps for in between meals today so that I can help digestion a little bit because I'm taking a lot more food and I'm not training. But yeah, I'll have a high day today, high day tomorrow. But I'm going to take you along for the rest day today. That is cardio wrapped up, fellas. Absolutely glorious day in Bangkok. I do like on a rest day when I get a little bit more time. I've got a call quite early this morning, so I don't have a whole lot of time. I still need to go get my groceries. But I do like to just come and sort of just like fucking sit in the sun for a little bit. Because as much as like obviously Bangkok's a hot city and I'm walking around to the gym and stuff, like I do spend a large chunk of time in my room working. So it's nice just to, I think early in the day as well, just to get a nice little bit of sunlight in the eyes. Feels glorious, not to mention, looks glorious. I am in a little bit of a rush, so I get to put fucking coconut water in my coffee this morning. I'm excited for that. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but I was like, I usually have coconut water intra. I'm really not that hungry, so I don't really feel like eating any more food than I have to. So I'm still going to keep in liquid calories today, and that's going to come from 30 grams of carbs from coconut water. So I'm going to put it in my coffee alongside almond milk, and I am fucking excited to see how that goes down. I think it's going to be glorious. A little bit of a coconut coffee. I'm going to head upstairs, shower, get sorted for work, first meal ready, and I'll probably sit down and chat to you before my first work block. Coconut coffee, coconut water coffee with almond milk. Fuck, that's hell good. Alrighty boys, first meal is going down. I just had that coconut water coffee, which was absolutely superb. But I've got chicken, rice, hot honey, I've also got the Nam Jim Jao Thai spicy sauce. I've got almond, cashew, macadamia, hazelnut, walnut butter, which is fucking elite. And I got some cucumber. There's meant to be tomato in here, but I do not have it yet. It was coming on the way and it hasn't arrived. So I'm just gonna eat this with extra cucumber instead. Again, today, slightly lower food volume than usual, slightly less veg, to keep digestion moving well and not feeling too bloated. I never thought I'd see the day where I went from, usually I was very much, I wouldn't say like a diet hacker, but when I had the opportunity to eat more food, I was very much making the most of it in terms of volume. Definitely wouldn't have been using honey and like sauces, and I absolutely would not have been having coconut water and drinking my carbohydrates. But I think I genuinely have just sort of, I've definitely just matured a little bit comparatively to last fat loss phase. And you sort of just, the one tip I could give anyone who's in a fat loss phase is just accepting that it's part of the parcel, that you're gonna be hungry, and it is what it is. Just moving on. Enjoy it for what it is, but I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. I figured I may as well, I'm gonna be here anyway, I may as well show you the meals. So this one is 120 carb, 20 fat, I believe, and about 60 protein, but this should be bussin'. Absolutely bussin', no doubt. Yep. As you'd expect, hot honey, almond butter, or well, mixed nut butter. What's not to like, boys? What is not to like? Alrighty, boys, sitting down for meal number 2, which would be my post-workout meal if I wasn't on a rest day, which is 150 grams of organic rice puffs, 100 grams of banana, 40 grams of dates, and 100 grams of blueberries, with 45 grams of WPI in water and 4 grams of salt. I'll put 4 grams of salt on every meal. I'm gonna fucking enjoy this, no doubt. Give the protein shake a quick taste test. You already know how good this is gonna taste. Absolutely glorious. A nice big hit of 180 grams of carbohydrates. Vanilla tastes phenomenal, as you would expect. And I'm gonna sit here and rot away watching some YouTube while I slam it. So good, boys. Oh my God. Absolutely glorious meal. Yeah, as I was touching on before, guys, I think I might make this a little bit of the topic of the video, but cannot explain to you enough, I cannot push this message enough, that this time around, it just feels so much easier just because I do not put any mind or pay any mind to food. Like, it is just there as a source of fuel. Obviously, I enjoy it, yes, when I have a high day. Obviously, I just get to eat yummy food. But it's the exact same food. It's no different to my low day. I don't go and do any crazy shit. It's just, I eat this because I need to and there's a purpose. I literally woke up this morning and thought, fuck, I kind of wish I was having a, just continuing with the lows, because I love seeing the progress in my physique. I understand that obviously it is important that we have these days of higher food so that my physique just doesn't run away from me. Me in particular, if I just continue to do low food, like, I've lost like fucking 3 kilos in the last week and a half. So I would literally just wither away. But try your best to remove focus from food. Utilize it. And obviously this just goes for most bodybuilders. If you're a general population person, yes, obviously food is a big part of your life. I'm sure it's social. For me, it isn't. So worrying about it and letting it control me is just a waste of time. And honestly, very draining. Last prep was an extremely draining experience for multiple reasons. But just having the ability to switch off my mind from food has been a godsend, an absolute godsend. And again, probably just comes down to experience. I've just acquired, better experience, more maturity around that thing, just through just doing it more, just doing it again. And that doesn't mean I don't still struggle, for sure. Obviously, to be completely honest, yes, I'm sure later in the prep I'm going to have instances where cravings are huge and I want to eat everything under the sun, but I'm holding myself to the fact that I really want to nail this in all regards. But it is time for a massage, boys, which is convenient because it's about a 10-minute walk away. I'll get 10 minutes of steps in post-meal, easy on the digestive tract, and helps that food move through me a bit better. But yeah, boys, massage time. Shameless plug, by the way, boys. I am still currently taking on clients. I am the busiest I have ever been client-wise, and obviously that has a lot to do with me looking like I lift now and not just looking like a pile of slob who's on the verge of obesity. Well, quite literally in terms of the scale, I am obese. But yeah, having some really good people join the team, which has been fantastic. Obviously, the quality of client is improving, number of client is improving. And it's just, it's been super fucking fulfilling over the last couple of weeks, just jumping on calls and getting to one, get to know some of you, but also just working with and getting people moving towards their goal. Obviously a super rewarding career that I have the privilege of being able to do. But if you are interested, apply below through the link or send me a message on Instagram. We can jump on the call, see if you can be a good fit for the team, and see how I can get you progressing in the best way possible. Whether that be competitive aspirations of actual bodybuilding, just generally getting better structure and habits in your life, or anything in between, getting lean, growing muscle. I help a broad range. There is no specific type of client I like working with other than people who are ready to work. So if you're interested, apply below or send me a message. I also decided on a little bit of a freshen up. I got a haircut. They are so chill here. Like, I only had 1,000 baht and it only cost 300 and they don't have change. So they're, oh yeah, you can just go buy a drink from 7-Eleven and then come back with a change. Like, okay, I could just never go back, but I go here twice a week, so who knows I'm coming back. But perfect timing because I actually need to grab some dates as well. And I'm pretty sure they have some here. So I'm going to Lotus Go Fresh. Dates acquired. They're not the Deglet Noir if you were watching last time, but they will do. Dude, this dude did a. You can't see the fade, but he did a good job today. Usually I'm a little bit like, but he did well. I'm also going to grab oh, I got some choices here. Vanilla, no sugar, Pepsi Max. We got root beer, but it's not no sugar. That sucks. Let's go Pepsi Max. Trusty. And it's just about time to go home and eat another meal. And then I'll be walking again to get some digestive steps. But hacks, go get a massage and a haircut. And it will be, you wake up in a different realm and it's time to eat again. And on the way home, I found a little veggie grocer, like literally just butt fuck nowhere on the middle of the street. And the tomatoes look good and I need tomatoes. So fucking elite find. I also got chilies. I got some lime and I got some onion. Man, these are the days that just feel super fucking easy. Like, it doesn't even feel like you're prepped. Yeah, it's a weird feeling, honestly. Like, I feel like I should be feeling a little bit worse than I am currently with my body composition, but we'll take it. We'll fucking take it. These are the days that make me extremely grateful for what I do for a living. Today's a bit of a quieter day. It's a rest day, obviously. I've only got 10 check-ins today and most of them are boxed off. And so I can literally just focus on enjoying being in the present, being in the moment, just eating my meals. So, glorious day. And look at this fucking weather. Holy shit. Feels like I was just sitting here talking about meal 2, but we are into meal 3. It is rice, hot honey, beetroot, tomato, lettuce, chicken, almond butter. I think that's it. Did I say honey? Honey. Same sort of theory. Low volume, easy to digest, a little bit of pickled fruit in there to help with the gut motility. This one's, I can already tell this is going to be busting. I fucking love beetroot. But yeah, really easy to digest for me. Tastes fantastic. Can't beat it, boys. You really cannot. But after this, I'll get cracking into work block number 2. Which will be a little bit of content, a little bit of check-ins, and some onboardings. As you can tell, rest days are pretty chill for me. As I said, very relaxing day. Don't really have to worry about a whole lot. Just ticking off the boxes. Really looking forward to this one. And I'll see you whenever I fucking decide to do something again. And just like that, boys, we are sitting down for meal number 4. This is what would be pre-workout meal. It is 40 grams of dates, 12 grams of honey, 100 grams of cream of rice, 45 grams of WPI, and 100 grams of blueberries alongside with a protein yogurt. This is bussin', just vanilla flavored. But yeah, this will be meal number 4. This is very quickly just turning into a full day of eating, so I'm going to try and spin in a little bit of knowledge for y'all, which will be meal timing. So meal timing, another huge factor in avoiding issues with your hunger and cravings.
I think it's very underestimated. In the past, I have tried, and I still do believe in a little bit of intermittent fasting. I suppose I still sort of do it with my cardio and work in the morning, but I just have my meals a lot earlier in the day now. I used to try and push my first meal out to like 11, 12, 1 p.m. sometimes. Now, first meal of the day is 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., depending on how busy I am. And I try and keep every single meal after that 2.5 hours to 2 hours in between. It just never really allows you the opportunity to get hungry. It just keeps your mind off things because you just you do something, then all of a sudden you got to eat again, and sweet, I'm eating, rather than just that constant like, how far can I push back, and really thinking about like how long can I go without eating so that I can eat more towards the end of the day. I feel like it's just not a fantastic mindset to get into the habit of. So meal timing, I would absolutely say, is underplayed, especially in a cut, even more so in a growth phase, to be completely honest. But I think just having, 4 or 5 meals a day, spacing them out 2.5 hours in between, if you have the luxury to do so, is a game changer, and has been for me. This fat loss phase, I've gone from very much trying to push out that first meal as long as I possibly can, because I get to eat more in a small window, which all sounds fine and dandy, but I think it just leaves you too hungry towards the end of the day. And that's not even really my issue. I find that once my last meal is in, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. I've eaten my food. In terms of like, I'd eat a meal and it would not satiate me at all, because it was so long since I'd eaten either the night before from fasting, or I'd waited so long to eat my first meal that I didn't even fucking touch the sides. And then every meal after that just feels like a constant like, fuck, I want more. And you've got that thought of like, oh, I know I've got more, so I could just eat more, which often turns into eating not what you're meant to be. So meal timing, huge. Do not underestimate it in both phases, fat loss and or growth. But try it out. If you're someone who has struggled with cravings and sticking to the plan in the past, try out just being very accurate with the meal times day to day. Obviously, I have the luxury of being able to eat whenever I want at whatever time of day, but I eat at the same time every single day, 9:30, 11:30, 1:30, and then post-workout meal whenever I finish training. And then an hour and a half, 2 hours after that, I'll have my final meal of the day. But I'm going to enjoy this shit. It looks bussin' to the nines, and I'll chat to you later on for the last meal. Look how good this shit looks with the yogurt on top, boys. Oh my days. It is now time, fellas. We had some digestive steps in yet again. My life is literally Groundhog Day, not only by the day, but also by the hour and by the meal. So I'm going to go head to Tonglo, which is a 15-minute train ride away, to get a tan. So it's like a 15-minute train ride, 5-minute walk, tan, do that walk again, and that's a nice little 10 minutes of walking. And I get to be tan. How good. Alrighty boys, final meal of the day. We have ourselves a nice bowl of oats, blueberries, dates, almond, hazelnut, walnut, Brazil nut, butter, and a bit of cashew I believe as well. Did I say blueberries? Honey, WPI, and oats. So this is a lovely meal. I like to call it a little bit of a sticky date oats. Probably favourite meal of the day. I have this every day. And before I eat this last meal, I'm going to give you another tip for your cravings and avoiding them in a fat loss phase, which is going to be, it sort of intertwines with what I said about hydration, but being hydrated. And that does not just mean with fluid. I'm talking about electrolytes as well. I'm sure some of you have often had those feelings of not only just like hunger, but almost like strong impulses to go eat salty foods. And that is more than likely and usually a result of an electrolyte imbalance, which can come in multiple ways. Sweating a lot, not using enough salt, not having enough potassium, drinking too much water, like peeing too much and not refilling up sodium and potassium. Literally so many different variables that can occur there. So if you ever find yourself in that situation, or if you want to avoid that situation, one, I'm not going to tell you to track your electrolytes and sodium and potassium like I do. Obviously that's a very full-on thing to do, but make sure you are getting enough salt over the day. If you find that happens often, potentially increase sodium intake. Also make sure you've got good potassium sources coming in: banana, rock melon, sweet potato, normal potato, tomatoes, coconut water, all that good jazz. And then if you do find yourself in one of those situations like, fuck, I'm craving some savory food, go have a pinch of salt and lemon in a glass of water. And I find that often helps a lot. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to avoid, you can keep track of this as much as you want, and you're not going to avoid these feelings, but understand that it is a physiological response, and there is not something wrong with you. That is literally just how the body works. I am going to laze around and eat this meal while I watch some YouTube. And that will be it for the rest day, boys. So hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you learned something, if nothing else but entertainment in watching me eat food. But catch you later.